You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Playing House After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Playing House After Show.
Hey there, Playing House fans. Your ears do not deceive you. We're doing a little tribute to Little Shop of Horrors. You can do it!
Feed me, Seymour! We sang this entire song before we started recording.
We got it out of our systems beforehand. Welcome to Playing House After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV, talking about Season 1, Episode 8, 37 weeks. I'm Matt Lieberman. Joining me, of course, as always, Carrie Long's here.
Guys.
Patrick Fisackerly is here.
Hi.
Stephen Lemieux in the booth.
I am here.
Yes, he is here. You know, folks, we're coming down to the wire on this show. We didn't know until today that the final 2 episodes will be airing in a 1-hour block next week. So, you know, it's sad to see this season come to an end already. I enjoyed so much, I don't want it to end.
So quickly.
But the best part about a season coming close to the end is you get a bunch of great drama, and this episode is one of my all-time faves of the show so far. We got a lot of character development, we got a lot of reveals and surprises, and we got to break it all down for you, and we're going to do that right now. But first things first, I'll eat your brains. That is a line from the song Monster off of a Kanye West album. It is late. First things first, Maria Menounos put out a wonderful book called The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. It is a wonderful tome in which she details how she lost 40 pounds and kept the weight off. It's a great, great book, available at bookstores everywhere and on Amazon, filled with wonderful recipes and exercises, and it also kind of details her own personal journey, and it's a great read, so I highly suggest that you pick it up. Help support the network.
Yes, please.
And, you know, support yourselves. All right. So, first thing, obviously, we are at the obstetrician, OBGYN, who lets Maggie know at 37 weeks this baby could come at any time.
It's go time, baby.
It's go time for baby.
But did you ever think about that? 4 times 9, 36 weeks? It's really almost 10 months that women are pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's almost a year.
It's really
That's
stressful to me that you
insane.
don't know exactly when it's happening.
I have not birthed a child from these hips, although I have friends that will call me and they're just laid up at 38, 39 weeks, and I'm always like, but that seems past
That seems long.
Shouldn't we just start calling it 10 months?
I mean, it's like 9 and
what
change.
What is it officially? Is it 30?
37 and you're safe.
Yeah.
37
Like, you know.
is the magic
That's a
number.
sweet number.
Everything after 37 is just gravy.
Right. The longer that puppy sits in there and bakes like a potato, the better.
Yes.
So you're telling me that's how babies, like it's a puppy first, and then it's baked, then it comes out as
I've never baked a puppy.
If I bake a puppy, will
No,
a baby leave
I'm
my oven?
shutting this
Wait a minute.
down.
Wait.
Oh
One more question. One more question, and then we're done.
Exactly.
If I bake a puppy in the oven, does it then become a bun in that oven? And is that bun?
I can't take it anymore.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm done now.
No, none of that.
Just the longer the better.
Yeah, but obviously, you know, Maggie's really upset that she kind of ran out of time. There were so many things that she intended to do, but she had so much fun being palsies with her best girlfriend that, you know, she didn't have time to paint the whole house and do all kinds of other crazy stuff. So, you know, Emma takes it upon herself to help her best lady pal out and help her take care of the house so that she doesn't drive herself crazy in the days leading up to the birth of her child. And of course, she's also got a chief concern that she wants to ask guest star Larry Wilmore about, which is basically the relative destruction of the vaginal area.
That's a huge. Did you know that is the #1 plastic surgery? Before a booby job, it is labia reduction.
Labiaplasty.
Labiaplasty, yes. So there you go. It's just,
because of the birthing.
well, I mean,
And,
not
I
to
mean-
get graphic, but you know that yard does not look the same after the party's been there. Okay.
No.
So it's something.
This is an outdoor party.
It becomes
an outdoor
very outdoor. It
party.
just spills out of the fences and
Yeah.
everything, and
Oh.
then that's a big important
That
thing.
sounds like you should plan ahead better with parties. Evolution, I guess, is the planning.
I don't.
Evolution would be the planning, and we really can't talk to the landlord because it doesn't it potentially exist.
Well, you know,
Potentially.
Metaphorically,
Yeah,
yes.
metaphorically.
sounds like this is a conversation for the cosmos after Buzz.
It's over. Oh, the smile on his face as he
So
tries to
proud
maintain
of
this
himself.
bit. Jesus. So in any
Okay.
case, you know, at first a vagina is a blooming rose facing the sun.
Love.
From Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, from Beauty and the Beast.
Tale as old as time.
Song as old as rhyme, of course. And but when it's over, is the plant from Little Shop of Horrors
And that plant's name is,
is Tui.
yep, Audrey 2.
Audrey 2.
Feed me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Is Audrey 2 here?
Does it have to be human?
I don't know.
Does it have to be mine?
I don't know.
You really are very ambivalent about this, Tui.
I don't know.
Audrey, what are you doing here?
Feed me.
Oh, okay. Well, now she wants to be fat again.
Feed me.
Oh,
All right, we'll do it after. We'll do it after
We'll
the
do
show.
it after the
We'll do
episode.
it after the show. So, you know, Emma wakes up in the middle of the night to find Maggie armed with a drill and a whole bunch of crazy, taking apart her whole kitchen, trying to get it painted. So, you know, Emma lets her know, "I'm gonna take care of it for you.
Good friend.
I'm gonna get a ragtag team of misfits together, and we're gonna do it all up for you." So the ragtag team of misfits is just Mark and Emma's mom, Gwendolyn. Who, you know, doesn't really have much to offer in the Manuel Labor
Love it.
department. She was just looking for a fine piece of man, but not the case. Instead, she's going to educate Maggie
still enjoying
on her
Manuel
doomed
Labor, by
vagina.
the way.
Yeah.
I'm still hanging on to Manuel Labor.
Should have brought Steve the cop.
Yeah.
A few episodes ago with her.
Hot Steve. Yeah. He's a fine piece,
He's all right.
but he's
Whatever.
not
I didn't
ethnic.
notice.
He's not ethnic.
Like Manuel
Like
Labor.
Manuel Labor is very ethnic. So, you know, as we saw earlier in the season, Mark's house with Madame Birdbones is immaculate.
Perfect.
Immaculate.
Straight out
and,
of HGTV.
you know, someone's got to do that. And that man is Mark, who, like his hero, Mr. Vila, would do. It's a 5-step process.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Details.
You wipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting rid of any excess dust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You tape. Okay. You tape all around the area so that you're not getting any excess paint in places you don't want it to go. You prime, or sorry, you white.
White, which I like to
Priming
know.
is whiting,
Is that
right?
sanding? Because I'm pretty sure you got to do some sanding there.
Right.
Scratch
I
the
don't know.
surface.
I-
so
I-
there's
Was it the
nothing in
fourth
here.
one trim?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You prime, you trim, you paint.
Either way, it's
wipe,
gonna look good.
Wipe, tape, prime, trim,
Trim,
paint. Okay.
Sounds naughty.
Yeah, it does.
It's because the word trim.
That's exactly
That's
why.
exactly why.
Yeah.
So you know, Mark.
Underused euphemism, I'd say.
Mark is laying down the law in this kitchen, okay? He's laying down the law because Emma has no respect for the rules, especially ones that come from him. She always is undermining him and is just kind of going around his you know, well-meaningness with her own little bits of fun, and it doesn't make him happy. It rather upsets him, but it also touches a part of him that hasn't died yet. The part that would have gone to China with her if she had asked.
I'm so glad they finally addressed this because the whole season it's just been kind of skating along, just kind of there, you know what I mean? But I'm so glad that finally it just came to a big nasty head, like it just had to be popped.
Can we talk about this thing?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this whole you should have asked thing?
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not, I mean,
She left and she never called him again. She
Look,
never said
doesn't
anything.
have
She didn't even say no.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't have
didn't
asked.
say no.
I'm saying that don't put that all on her. If you want to follow her to China, you're well within your rights to bring it up.
He's already way out on a ledge just by asking her to marry him. That to me, that is all the effort that he had
I
to
just
make.
think-
No, though? Did she ever truly?
No.
Do we know?
She didn't say anything.
She said no without
she left
saying
the next
no.
day.
Yes, 'cause
Yeah.
she. My guess, I mean, my read of it is that she had a plane ticket. She was going to go, and he made a last-ditch effort to get her to stay.
See?
And he proposed, and then she was like, "I can't
Doesn't
deal with
feel
this right
genuine.
now," and she left.
Yep.
And he
If
said he
that
would have
was-
followed her, but
but-
if he wanted to follow her, he could have just followed her.
He was rejected.
But here's the thing: if that's what it was, then she would have said that back at him.
I'm not saying that that it's all on her or all on him. I'm saying that it's unfair to put it all on either one.
That's fair. It's you know, it takes two to tango. It's a more complicated situation than anyone, you know, can really express, you know, out and out. But obviously, it throws Emma for a loop because she had no idea that that was even a possibility. In her mind, when he proposed, it was, you know, a pathetic thing, and that it was, you know, a selfish thing, and it was him trying to limit her life, when in fact, he really just wanted to make sure that he spent the rest of his with her.
Yeah, and now, it was 10, 11, 12, they said
13 years.
Lucky 13. 13 years later, it comes out, and it's still so passionately there. So that is part of the reason why this episode was just so juicy and fabulous, and why next week is going to be amazing.
Off the hook.
It'd be banging.
It's gonna be banging.
Be banging.
Well, here's the thing, right? You know, he drops this bomb, and she's kind of taking it in, and she realizes that she was wrong all those years ago for how she handled it.
Yeah, it's still there for her.
Yeah, she apologizes. She says, "I'm sorry," and he can't resist. He has to make it into a moment. He's like, "Sorry, I need to sit down and really drink this in. This is a moment." And you know, teasing each other,
Kelly Clarkson.
teasing each other, and then all of a sudden, too close.
I was cheering. I was cheering. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
No, he's married.
The heart of me. Well, even before that.
Once, Patrick.
Yeah.
Look, I bet you're one of these people who watches Love Actually, and you're like, oh, he's bringing the
talk about
signs.
it.
He's bringing the signs out.
Okay, sorry. That guy was a stalker.
He's bringing out the signs.
He was a stalker. He was inappropriate.
Right.
That was his best friend's wife.
True.
He should not have done that. End of rant.
Hold on. I'm doing
He's
something.
writing signs for me.
No, I'm writing signs for Matt.
Say anything. That's how I would go about it.
To me, you are perfect.
I thought it was just going to say Tussie.
It should. That's the next one.
Yeah. In any case,
Got the
but
soft
even
jingle
before
bells in the
that,
back.
you know, they're arguing and about how to go about this procedure, and Mark accidentally swipes Maggie with white paint, and she is not having it one bit. Not at all. Just a simple what? And
She's
act
ready
break.
for being a mom.
Oh yeah.
She's
oh,
ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, you know, to paint the rest of the house and to do it properly, they get the rest of the ragtag team of misfits, including
misfits indeed.
Mr. Nanjiani, no Zoo to help, but, you know, lots of folks from town. And Mr. Nanjiani goes to work setting up this nanny cam in the baby's room.
I love that.
And
whole
he
scene.
shows her all of the ways that her baby can die super easily.
Which I think was supposed to be comedy, but just gave me anxiety for the child I don't have.
Sure.
Like, I was just like, oh my God, being a parent is terrifying.
You could have eaten the crib and choked on the crib. Like, the child can basically put anything in its mouth. I would have loved to seen all the outtakes. You know, there had to be 10 things he just improvised because they had to just let him run with it. I would love an outtake. Like, they could do a whole episode of just outtakes. It never made it in. All the takes.
It just hit way too
the
close to
click-ins.
home for me.
Did it? Did
a
you eat a
home
crib?
that is a childless home, that is a loveless home, yet I still fear for the baby that I don't have.
Is it a prairie home companion?
You know, it is over there in Lake Wobegon.
Boring.
No! Don't you boring
is.
our public radio.
It is pretty boring. Thanks, Homer
Prairie Home
Simpson.
Companion is the worst movie I
this
ever
person.
didn't have to watch. all
It's
the
a
way through.
radio show.
It's a radio
sir.
show, and
There's
it's
a movie.
fantastic.
I'm doodling.
I know
it's
That's
a
how bored
movie.
I
It's
am.
Robert
I've
Altman's
started
last
doodling.
film. Show
I'm
some
doodling.
respect.
Yes. And do you know who was standing by to direct it in case he died during production?
I can't
I
remember.
think it was Paul Thomas Anderson.
It was.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The man
Haven't we
respected
learned
him.
it?
He respected him.
Learned it.
Yeah. So, in any case,
And I like that movie.
you know, Mr. Nanjiani shows off all the ways
it.
that a baby can die, and we know that we're going to come back to this nanny cam because it's
Oh,
too great a
yes.
device. It Skypes, it links down to the laptop in the living room, and you know, Maggie's very grateful that it's happening. And then, of course, we've got Emma and Mark, and they're too close. Just as Bird Bones comes in,
Bird Bones
with
is back!
with a tray of protein wraps.
With coupon cold cuts.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about this phone call.
Right, and that was such a nice little, maybe
Oh,
everything's
I've had
not
that
perfect
phone
at
call.
home.
Right, because we've been talking all season about like it's a
Right.
good marriage, it's a good marriage, but maybe not.
She's kind of crazy.
She's
a little
kind of
coupon
nuts.
crazy.
Little coupon nuts, coupon
She
cuckoo.
has eccentricities, to be sure.
Yeah,
Truth.
And she needs that nitrate-free ham. She needs "Love You" to be sung.
Little high maintenance.
She high maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then did you see how he took the phone call kind of off to the corner? He was, like he didn't want oh, I love you. If you are not worried about what people are thinking in the air, you just have that phone call in the open. But he had it off to the corner, so already
Well,
I was
I'm sure
like,
you've all had your phone calls with a partner, hopefully former partner, that you had to sort of fake your side of the conversation where it read as like you had a happier life than you really did.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
former. Yeah.
former. Can't say I was painting a house with him though.
What?
What?
I wasn't painting a house.
Oh,
with
okay.
him.
You weren't paying a
Yeah.
house.
I thought you said you were like paying off a house. Like you bought a
Oh my
house.
God. You paid off a
No,
house and
I'm
now
buying
you're
no
not
house
even
with
living it?
nobody.
Yeah.
I just gave it to him.
Oh man, terrible marriage. In any case,
You don't have to be married to buy a house together, man. It's the 21st century.
Emma
man.
God,
and
be
Mark
open-minded.
are really, of course, freaked out by this and immediately start stuffing wraps into their mouths to try to detract away from the fact that she totally saw them almost kiss.
And she totally knows something is askew.
Oh, 100%.
Like one of her 5x7 or 8x10s in the home, something is askew.
Takes 4 hours to line up a picture, okay?
Like a barcode number. Something is askew.
Yes.
I hate you. Not really, but still.
It's only that joke kind of only works if you've done retail before, I think.
I think so, but
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah. SKU is
So,
how that's spelled, Carrie.
so she goes out to Maggie and she asks her, does Emma not like me? Because it always seems like she's really weird around me, and I can't put my finger on why. And Maggie's like, "Oh no, it's just because she and Mark were almost engaged." And Bird Bones is like, "No, they weren't engaged." She's like, "Well, yeah, that's right. She never said yes." She's like, "Mark proposed."
Here's a hole. Keep digging. Just keep digging the
Boom!
hole.
Yeah, big bombshell dropped, and she is not happy. She is a screaming bloody murder at him. Which, first of all, though, he shouldn't have kept that a secret.
Nope, kind of a big, especially if half the town knows, and it's a small town.
100%. It's got to be a big slap in the face.
He probably just never thought Emma'd come back.
Yeah, probably. But when
Too late to tell her.
well, here's the thing: when she does come back. You know it's going to come out. You do tell her. Like, even when it's too late, you have to come clean and do it.
Yeah.
Get it done. You will not get away with it. It will always come to light. That is my take. And also, like,
So you think that you should always tell everything to your partner?
I think that
Even if it's in the past? Which this one actually isn't because he still had feelings for her.
if
but-
it is going to affect them, if it affects them and if it affects your life together, if it's something that they should know about a person orbiting your relationship, 100%.
But if she lived in China, then it wasn't affecting her, so that's why he never told her.
Well, but at the same time, why wouldn't you tell your partner who you married that you almost got married once? That doesn't seem that seems so strange.
Because she's
to me.
apparently very irrational or jealous about these things.
But it was like
I'm
early on.
just having the conversation. I'm not necessarily.
I know, but I'm just saying, if it was early on in their relationship, I feel like it would have been okay to tell her, and they could have worked through it.
Sure, but maybe he still had residual feelings, which clearly he does.
Right.
And sometimes I think having residual feelings is not necessarily healthy, but it's normal. And sometimes you just don't bring them up so they don't happen again.
Yeah.
And you just repress them.
Yeah.
You repress them real good.
Just pack them real tight.
And if your feelings for that person are on the other side of the world, it's not that hard to repress them.
That's true. That's true. So obviously she's very, very upset, and she and Mark go up to the baby's room in an attempt to get some privacy. But of course, the whole group is watching the proceedings on the nanny cam, on the baby cam. And Emma goes and sticks her nose where it doesn't belong after she lets Maggie know what almost happened. And they have a brief, wonderful, no, yes, oh my God.
Talking too closely. Brilliant.
Too close. And
What is that? I don't recognize the song.
What?
Not by you singing it, but I mean, do I know the song? What is it?
Of course you do.
I'll play it.
Thank you.
Thank you, producer.
So in any case, they go up, or Emma goes up to the room where she's not wanted, and she makes it all about her. And she's like, "Listen, you don't have to be threatened by me." And Bird Bones is like, "I'm not threatened by you, okay?" Monster Mash as Maggie comes in, and she's like, "Whoa," and she's like, "Whoa, wait, who's Monster Mash?" And it had better not be me. And we learned that just like Bird Bones and String Bean, Emma had a mean little nickname that was said behind her back in high school, and it was because she did an 8th grade tap dance to Monster Mash
I can't find it.
in
You'll
her
have to
dad's
sing it, Matt.
lab coat. I'll
Too close.
yeah.
I'm just mimicking you. I don't know the song.
Yeah. I don't know the rest of it. Maybe it's hard for me.
Maybe it's hard for me. Too close.
No.
No.
Forget it.
Maybe it's hard for me.
I like what you got, kid. You got some real talent.
You got some
over there.
real pipes
You got some
on
real
ya.
pipes
Dancing
there.
kind of close.
I know.
I feel a little poke.
Coming through on you. Totally different song.
Totally
Wrong.
different
nope.
song.
I
Can't
think
talk
that-
about having.
Was that in your show?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
It was in the last sketch
Yeah.
on Sunday. That's the song I'm referencing.
Was that the same song?
Yeah,
Dancing kind of close.
no. The one that I'm doing was the one.
I
that
think
was
the
in-
one I'm doing was in your show.
No.
In
Talking
the
about
prom.
a sketch show. That
Yeah,
you did,
in the
right,
prom.
guys?
Yeah.
Sketch show, improv show. You
This
did?
is off topic.
Anyway,
Let's go. All right.
um,
So the after show for the DJ Fawcett.
So Monster
Okay.
Mash is her nickname. She's not happy about it, and Maggie tries to calm the whole situation down. Like, isn't this kind of funny that we're doing this? I mean, we've all had a piece of Mark. I mean, you had a piece, and you had a piece, and I definitely had a piece. What? Uber bombshell drop. Even Emma's upset. Maggie and Mark made out and did some,
after
above the
ciders.
shirt, above the pants stuff. Too many ciders on a waterbed, and they both passed out. But still, a piece of a piece is still a piece. Okay, a crumb is still technically a piece, even
That's
if it's
right.
not
Still
enough
got
of a piece.
calories in it.
Exactly. Still got them calories. Still got that fat. Still got them carbohydrates. Still got them. So. Obviously, Emma is upset, and she's trying to lay into Maggie when Maggie has a contraction. She goes into labor. Oh, snap. And she is not Meryl Streep. She is living the life. She's living it for real, and they have to rush her out the door to have this baby.
time out
well,
on the
it's a-
field,
it's-
when she started to get rushed out to the door, did anybody else notice what the little crew, the ragtag bunch, was wearing? Majority of the color as they stood in the living room and said, "Bye, good luck at the hospital."
Pink?
Pink. I think it's a foreshadowing.
Baby.
I think it's a clever foreshadowing of what the baby will be.
It will
Lady
be a
baby.
lady baby.
I think they were all in shades of pink and rose.
Okay, it's entirely
I'm
possible.
saying they were all on a coordinating color scheme.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
The
it.
palette was very feminine.
Yeah, and I was glad to get some of the extended cast back this week.
So
I'm always happy to see Jane Kaczmarek on the show. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I think we pretty much covered it. We kind of powered through.
I loved this episode.
I loved it too, and honestly, if this is what they can do in season 1, I can't wait to see what they do in season 2. I hope we
I
get
want
one.
there to be a season 2.
Absolutely, because in season 2, that's why I like whenever you have a new show, like a lot of, exposition, learning who people are in season 1. Then season 2, we really get to start breaking down the character, really get into the minutia, and then there'll be a baby. There's so much humor around the baby.
and some maybe some Mark Emma romance once he's
Maybe.
divorced.
I do have a question,
Is
though.
do you know what USA's track record is in
Yes.
terms of like renewing shows?
Well, here's the thing. This and Sirens are their first half-hour comedies in well over a decade. So it's hard to determine whether or not it would be a quick renewal or a slower one. I honestly couldn't say. But the critical reception has been sparkling. I have to hope that people have been jumping on the show as it has been airing. It's a great thing for them to have, and hopefully through reruns it continues to grow. So we're all going to be keeping our fingers crossed for
Yeah.
a second season.
Fantastic.
All right, let's just do some quick predictions.
I think it's going to be good.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, so Carrie, you're saying baby girl.
Baby girl. But speaking of girls, I also think Bird Bones is going to say, I've had enough. And then I think Mark is going to return home to find her moved out.
Damn.
Damn.
Cold-blooded.
And that'll be at the end of the episode.
Damn.
Patrick,
Jam.
Wish I was good. What?
what do you predict for this episode?
Predictions.
For the last two?
For the last two, for the season finale.
Well, we're gonna get a birth at number 9.
Yeah.
I think that goes without saying. 10 I'm interested in because we're all leading up to the birth really, and 10 would be like the denouement post birth. I don't
wonderful.
know. I don't know if we're just gonna move in with the baby and just deal with that. That feels like too much of a beginning of season 2 thing,
Well, I mean, once you have the baby, you're still in the hospital,
Right.
and you're still kind of recovering, and you're figuring out what to name the child, and you're kind of adjusting to having the baby in those first hours. And I think there's still a lot to do with this Emma-Mark relationship subplot. So I think we're going to get a lot of that.
So you think it would be like a hospital set two-parter?
Oh, well, absolutely. I think that's why they're putting them together, is because they are halves of a whole.
Friends did a few of those, didn't they? Hospital, birth, two-part, at least two.
Oh, yeah, at least two.
Yeah.
Because
when Rachel was having, and then Joey proposed,
yeah,
and there was all
then
that.
there was the
Oh,
season
yeah.
one with the lesbian ex-wife. What's her name? Carol.
Carol.
That was a two-parter in a hospital too.
Yeah.
There's so much humor that can be had at the hospital. Like, I would love to see, even if it happens season 2, I would love to see a few episodes take place in the hospital. Like, why jump time?
Yeah, season 2. Let's just do a whole hospital.
Just start
season.
knocking it out.
You know what?
Lennon. Come on,
ER.
Jessica,
Let's just do
get to
ER.
it.
Let's do season 2 of ER.
I
There we
would
go.
prefer not to do
We'll get the
season 2
Clunes
of
on
ER.
board. We'll get the Clunes.
Nope, I don't need any
Anthony
Clunes.
Edwards will jump on.
Let's end this
He'll come
bit
back from
before
the
it
dead.
starts.
Anthony
All right.
Edwards
I want to
died
thank
in ER.
everybody for
Spoilers
joining us.
ER.
I would like to thank everybody
Stamos.
for
We'll get some
joining us this
Stamos.
week, for downloading, watching, listening, streaming.
What? There it is.
There it is. Yeah. You know, it's been a real pleasure doing this show for you this season. We got the season finale next week. Can't wait. Carrie, where can the people find you?
Guys, come find me with this dramatic music. You can find me on Twitter at Comedia Carrie. That's COMEDIACARRIE.
And Patrick.
You can find me on Twitter at Fisackerly. FISACKERLY.
Okay, and you can find me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman. There it is. That's MATTLIEBERMAN on Twitter. You can also find my videos for SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd on YouTube. And I'm launching a personal channel on YouTube on June 30th. We're going to have talk shows, vlogs, sketches, lots of fun stuff. You can check that out at youtube.com/Matthew D. Lieberman. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Good night.
I don't know this song.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.